Jai Hind friends. In last lecture, we have discussed what is rank of matrix and how can we find the rank of matrix using different methods. In this lecture, we are going to understand an application of concept of rank. Here, we shall talk about system of linear equations. We are already aware what is system of linear equations. Consider this system x plus y is equals to 2 and x minus y equal to 0. We already know that this is a system of linear equations in two unknowns x and y. Similarly, if I consider x plus y plus z equal to 1, x plus 2y plus 3z equal to 1 and x minus y minus z equal to 0, then it is also a system of linear equations which is in three unknowns x, y and z. Now, what is solution of system of equations? The values of unknowns satisfying each equation of the given system are called a solution of the given system. Thus, if I consider the system x plus y equals to 2 and x minus y equal to 0, then x equal to 1, y equal to 1 is a solution of this system. Why? Because if I substitute x equals to 1 and y equals to 1 in this left hand side, I obtain 1 plus 1 which is 2, so equation is satisfied. If I substitute these values in next equation, the left hand side will be 0 which is equal to right hand side. Thus, the solution which satisfies and clearly x equal to 1 and y equal to 1 is solution of this system. Now, on the basis of type of solution, the system of equations can be classified into three categories. First is systems with unique solution. Second, systems with infinitely many solutions, and third, systems with no solution. We shall understand these terms in detail in coming slides. First of all, we see what is system with unique solution. Consider the following system of linear equations. This system is x plus 2y equals 3 and 2x minus y equals 1. If we see, then it can be clearly seen that x equal to 1, y equal to 1 is a solution of this system. Why? If I substitute x equal to 1, y equal to 1, the left hand side of first equation will be 1 plus 2, that is 3. If I substitute x equal to 1, y equal to 1 in second equation, the left hand side will be 2 minus 1, that is 1. Thus, these values of x and y satisfy the given system, and therefore, x equal to 1, y equal to 1 is a solution of this system of equations. It can be seen that there are no other values of x and y which satisfy both of the given equations. If I choose some values satisfying first equation, then that values will not be satisfying second equation, and similarly if I choose some other values different from x equal to 1, y equal to 1 satisfying second equation, then those values will not be satisfying first equation. Thus, this system has no solution other than this x equal to 1, y equal to 1. Such systems has the systems which have one and only one solution are said to have unique solution. Thus, in this case we say that given system has unique solution. Thus, I have told that what is unique solution? A system of equation if having one and only one solution, then we say that system has unique solution. Now, what is second type? It is system with infinitely many solutions. Consider the following system of linear equations. The system is x plus y equals to 2 and 2x plus 2y equals to 4. Clearly, x equal to 1, y equal to 1 is a solution of this system. If I substitute x equal to 1 and y equal to 1 in first equation, I will get 2 equals 2. If I substitute x equal to 1, y equal to 1 in second equation, I will obtain 4 equals to 4. Thus, x equal to 1, y equal to 1 is a solution of this system of equations. Is there any other solution for this system? Answer is yes, because if I try x equal to 0, y equal to 2, then substituting x equal to 0 and y equal to 2 in left hand side of first equation, I again obtain 2 in left hand side, which is equal to right hand side. If I substitute this value x equal to 0, y equal to 2 in second equation, I again obtain 4 as left hand side, which is equal to right hand side of the equation. Thus, x equal to 0, y equal to 2 is also a solution for this system. Similarly, x equal to 3, y equals to minus 1, x equal to 4, y equal to minus 2, x equal to 5, y equal to minus 3, all are solution of this system. In fact, there can be infinitely many pairs of x and y satisfying each of these given equations. In this case, we say that given system has infinitely many solutions. Now, we come to third variety, the systems having no solution. Consider the system x plus 2y equals to 3 and 2x plus 4y equals to 1. This system has no solution at all. If I find any values of x and y satisfying first equation, then these values will not satisfy second equation. If I find some values of x and y satisfying second equation, then these values will not satisfy first equation. Thus, there are no values of x and y which satisfy both of the given equations. This system in fact has no solution at all. Thus, we have understood that if a equation system is there, we are talking about linear system of equations only. If there is a system of linear equations, then we can classify this on the basis of its solution. First two cases were the cases when system of equations was having a solution, and the last case was when system of equations was having no solution. The first two cases, when system has at least one solution, then system is said to be consistent. And third case, when system has no solution, we say that given system is inconsistent. If system of equations has at least one solution, whether it is unique solution or infinitely many solutions, we say that system is consistent. And if there is no solution at all, we say that given system is inconsistent. Now, we learn how to solve the system of equations. In previous classes, we have seen that if Ax equal to b is a linear system of equations, then solution of this system is given by x equal to A inverse b, because if Ax equals to b, then we pre-multiply this equation by A inverse, giving A inverse x equals A inverse b, and this A inverse A will become identity matrix, which gives Ix equals A inverse B, and this Ix will be nothing but x. So, I obtain x equals A inverse B, but this method has certain limitations. What are these limitations? We have seen that x equals A inverse B. In this A inverse B, to calculate x, this A inverse must be there. It means the matrix A must be invertible, and therefore it is necessary that A is a square matrix, because inverse of a rectangular matrix does not exist, and it means this method will work only when the coefficient matrix A is square. Otherwise, it will not be possible for us to find inverse of the matrix, and we will not be able to find the value of x using this method. Another problem is that if A is square matrix, then it is possible that A inverse still does not exist, because A can be singular, and if A is singular, then it is not possible to find inverse, means A must be non-singular to apply this method. In fact, to calculate x equal to A inverse B using the method discussed in previous classes, the system must have a unique solution, otherwise method will not work. One more difficulty is there regarding computational work. If the order of A is quite large, then the computational work required for finding inverse of A is large, and in that case it will become inconvenient for us to find the solution of the system. To overcome these difficulties, we take the help of concept of rank, and with the help of rank we have developed a method which will be used to find solution of linear system, in which there will be no such problem which are being faced in earlier methods. The working rule for next method which we will be studying will be as follows. If the equation system is Ax equals to B, then we shall construct an augmented matrix C given by A colon B. We shall write this coefficient matrix once, then a colon, and then the coefficient the matrix of right hand side, and thus I will obtain this matrix C, which is written as A colon B. Now we shall convert this matrix to echelon form using row transformations only. Then we shall calculate rank of A, rank of AB, and number of unknowns. Number of unknowns means the number of elements in this column matrix X. Now there are following possibilities. If rank of A is different from rank of AB, then system will be inconsistent. If rank of A is equals to rank of AB and it is also equal to number of unknowns, then system is consistent with unique solution. And if rank of AB and rank of A both are equal but less than number of unknowns, then system is consistent with infinitely many solutions. Here one question may arise, that what will happen if this sign is there, that is rank of A is equal to rank of AB but greater than number of unknowns. The answer is, this situation will never occur, because rank of a matrix is less than equal to number of rows as well as number of columns of the matrix, and because the number of rows in the matrix this AB is equal to number of unknowns, so this case when rank of AB is greater than number of unknowns will never happen. This situation will never occur. So we need not to worry about that. Now we summarize the procedure of finding solution of system of equations by this method. Consider Ax equal to B as a system. Find rank of this matrix A and rank of augmented matrix written as C here. If rank of A is equals to rank of C, then system will be consistent. If rank of A is different from rank of C, then system will be inconsistent, that is, system will have no solution. If rank of A equals to rank of C, then two possibilities are there. One is rank of A is equal to rank of C is equal to number of unknowns, and another is rank of A equal to rank of C but less than number of unknowns. Since if rank of A equal to rank of C equal to number of unknowns, then system will have unique solution, and if rank of A and rank of C are equal but less than number of unknowns, system will have infinitely many solutions, as we have already discussed that rank of A equal to rank of C greater than n will never take place. Now we understand this procedure with the help of example. Example says, discuss consistency. Example says, discuss consistency of the following system and solve if consistent. This equation system is given. We want to discuss its consistency, and then we want to solve this system is if it is consistent. Thus, this question consists of two problems. Number one, discuss the type of solution, and secondly, if this system has a solution, then finding that solution. To find the solution of this system or for discussing consistency, we shall apply the method discussed in previous slide, and for this we construct the augmented matrix given by A colon B. To construct this augmented matrix, the coefficients of x will be written as first column, the coefficients of y will be written as second column, the coefficients of z will be written as third column, and then right hand side 3, 4, 6 will be written as last column, and these dots are drawn to indicate separation between A and B. Now we shall convert this matrix to echelon form using row transformations only, and for this I apply these transformations. With the help of this one, remaining elements of first column will be converted to 0. Applying this transformation, R2 replaced by R2 minus R1, this 1 will be converted to 0. Applying this transformation, R3 replaced by R3 minus R1, this element 1 will be converted to 0. Applying these transformations, I obtain the matrix in this form. Now this element is already 1. With the help of this one, this element 3 will be transformed to 0, and for this I shall again apply the suitable transformation, which is here R3 replaced by R3 minus 3R2. Applying this transformation, R3 replaced by R3 minus 3R2, this element will become 0, and this element will be 8 minus 3 times of 2, that is 2, and 3 minus 3 times of 1, that will be 0. So I obtain this matrix. Now this matrix is in echelon form because there is nil 0 before first non-zero element, there is 1 0 and there are 2 0. So, number of zeros before first non-zero element are in increasing order. So, matrix is in echelon form. Now, we shall calculate three quantities. What are these quantities? Rank of AB, rank of A and number of unknowns. To calculate rank of AB, I shall consider this whole matrix. This vertical column, dotted column will not be considered as a part of matrix, but we will consider this whole matrix, and we observe that there are 1, 2 and 3 non-zero rows in this matrix AB. So, rank of AB will become 3. Now, we shall find rank of A. A means this part obtained from coefficient matrix A. This part is again having 1, 2 and 3 non-zero rows, and therefore, rank of A is again 3. The third term which I require is number of unknowns, because the equation system was in terms of x, y and z. Therefore, there are 3 unknowns x, y and z. So, number of unknowns is again 3. Thus, we see that rank of AB, rank of A and number of unknowns all are equal, and in this case system is consistent and has unique solution, and therefore, given system has unique solution. Thus, we have discussed the consistency of this system of equations, and we are able to tell that this system has unique solution. Now, we move towards next part, where we are required to find that solution. To find the system solution, we shall again use this echelon form, and we shall rewrite the equations from this echelon form. First equation will be 1x plus 1y plus 1z equals to 3. Second equation will be 0x plus 1y plus 2z equals to 1. Third equation will be 2z equal to 0. Thus, these 3 equations are obtained in terms of x, y and z. Because this equation system is now in triangular form, there is no difficulty in calculating the values of x, y and z. From last equation, I get z equal to 0. Substituting z equal to 0 in this equation, I obtain y plus 0 equals to 1, that is y equal to 1. Substituting y and z in first equation, I obtain 1 plus 0 plus x equals 3, and it gives x equal to 2. Thus, x equal to 2, y equal to 1, z equal to 0 is required solution. Let me sum up the procedure once again. This equation system was given. We were to discuss the consistency of this system, and then we were also interested in finding values of x, y and z if this system is consistent. First of all, I constructed this augmented matrix AB. For this, the coefficients of x, y and z are written as this part, and the terms on right hand side were written as last column, and these dots were there to indicate separation between coefficients and right hand side. Now, this matrix AB was transformed to echelon form using row transformations only. Then I calculated 3 quantities, and these were rank of AB, rank of A and number of unknowns. By the test discussed in previous slides, we have decided this system has unique solution, and then to obtain the solution, I have written the equations back from this row echelon form, and then from last equation I obtained z, from second last equation I obtained y, and from first equation I obtained x, and this was our solution. Now, we take one more example. In this example, we will be required to find the values of unknowns while the consistency of the system is given. The question says, investigate for what values of lambda and mu do the system of equations x plus y plus z equal to 6, x plus 2y plus 3z equal to 10 and x plus 2y plus lambda z equal to mu has infinitely many solutions, no solution and unique solution. Means this equation system is given. We want to find the values of lambda and mu for which this system has infinitely many solutions. We then want to find the values of lambda and mu for which this system has no solution, and similarly we are also looking for those values where this system has unique solution. For this, what we shall do? We shall construct augmented matrix just in previous example. Then that augmented matrix will be converted to echelon form, and then we will use rank test discussed earlier to decide the values of lambda and mu given the condition of consistency. The augmented matrix will be obtained by writing coefficients of x as first column, coefficients of y as second column, coefficients of z as third column, and the terms of right hand side as last column. Now I shall convert this matrix to echelon form using row transformations. It's only applying R2 replaced by R2 minus R1 and R3 replaced by R3 minus R1. These two elements will be converted to 0. I obtain this matrix. R2 minus R1 gives 1, 3 minus 1 gives 2, 10 minus 6 gives 4. Similarly, R3 minus R1 gives 0, 2 minus 1 gives 1. This is lambda minus 1, this is mu minus 6. Now this one will further be used to transform next one to 0. So I will apply this transformation, R3 replaced by R3 minus R2. Applying this transformation, I obtain 1 minus 1 0, lambda minus 1 minus 2, that is lambda minus 3, mu minus 6 minus 4, that is mu minus 10. This is now echelon form because number of zeros before first non-zero element are increasing in order. Now with the help of this echelon form, we shall find the values of lambda and mu for given type of consistency. The first case is for infinitely many solutions. For infinitely many solutions, we must have rank of AB is equals to rank of A, which is less than number of unknowns. Now number of unknowns here is 3, x, y and z. These 3 are unknowns, and therefore number of unknowns is 3. So rank of AB and rank of A must be 2. It is possible when this element is 0 and this element is also 0, because in that case the rank of A, rank of AB both will be 2 and number of unknowns is 3. So rank of AB and rank of A is less than number of unknowns. This condition will be fulfilled. It is possible only when lambda minus 3 is 0 and mu minus 10 is 0. It means lambda equals to 3, mu equals to 10. Thus, if lambda equals to 3 and mu equals to 10, then this system will have infinitely many solutions. Now we move towards second part. In second part, we are to find the values of lambda and mu for which this system has no solution. For no solution, rank of AB and rank of A both must be different. This part whole matrix is RAB and this part is RA. Rank of these two will be different in only one case, and the case is this element is 0 and this element is not equal to 0, because if 0 is occurring at this place, then rank of this part will be 2, because there will be only 2 non-zero rows, and if non-zero is occurring there, then for whole matrix the rank will be 3, because a non-zero element is occurring in last row. So, I write it is possible only when this lambda minus 3 is 0 and mu minus 10 is non-zero, that is lambda equals 3 and mu not equals 10. Now, the third case for unique solution. For unique solution, we know that rank of AB and rank of A and number of unknowns, both each of these must be equal. Here number of unknowns is 3, means rank of AB and rank of A, both of these must be 3. For this, we can see that this element is different from 0. If this element is non-zero, then matrix will look something like this. Matrix will look something like this. Now, if this element is non-zero, then whatever be this element, the rank of this whole matrix will remain 3, because of this non-zero, this last row will be considered as non-zero row, and the last row for this matrix A will also be a non-zero row. So, in this case lambda minus 3 must be non-zero, but no restriction on mu, and therefore mu may have any value. Thus, this system will have unique solution if lambda not equal to 3, mu may be any number. Let me sum up once again. This equation system was given. Two constants unknowns lambda and mu were left in the equations, and we were asked if this system has infinitely many solutions, what will be the values of lambda and mu? If this system has no solution, what should be the values of lambda and mu? And if this system has unique solution, then what should be the values of lambda and mu? I constructed augmented matrix. This augmented matrix was converted to echelon form, and then I tested different conditions. For infinitely many solutions, both of these must be 0. So, lambda equal to 3 and mu equal to 10. For no solution, this should be 0, but this should be non-zero. So, lambda equal to 3, but mu not equal to 10. And for unique solution, if this element is non-zero, then this will make no difference, and in that case lambda not equals to 3, mu can have any value. Thus, in this lecture we have understood what are different types of solution for a linear system of equations. Then we have seen the limitations of method of inverse studied in previous classes. Then we introduced the method based on rank of matrix, through which we can discuss the consistency and we can also solve the system of equations. In coming lecture, we will introduce the next idea in this connection, where we shall talk about homogeneous system. Thank you.